Buckle up, it's about to get real. Welcome to Uncut with Ashanti. I am your host, and I am thrilled to dive into the journeys of fascinating individuals from all walks of life. We'll explore their stories, their struggles, and their successes. The real talk you won't want to miss. Let's get into it. Welcome to Uncut with Ashanti. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ashanti. I'm super excited to have you join us for tonight's conversation. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at Uncut with Ashanti for more exclusive content. I do want to introduced Monica Rains, a triple threat in entertainment, finance, and content creation. As an actress, financial expert, and content creator, Monica has built a multifaceted career that's both inspiring and impressive. Join us as we dive into her journey, exploring the intersections of her passions and expertise. And let's get started with this inspiring conversation.
All right, here we go.
So here we go.
Let's get started.
Go ahead if you can. To begin with, if you can introduce yourself, let us know like where you're from and just a little bit about your background, so my listeners can connect with you and kind of learn a little bit more in detail about you.
Okay, absolutely. So, as you said, my name is Monica. My friends and my family, they call me Mookie. So, on some of my social media tags, you may see me as Mookie Rains. That's a name that was given to me by my sister Ebony. May she rest in peace. I mean, she was more than my sister. She was literally that girl. Um, from the west side of Chicago. I grew up poor from the west side. Lived in the household with my mom, my dad, my three other sisters. Um, my mother, I mean, she was amazing. She loved everybody. Our house stayed full of children that she definitely took in or became a godmother to. I would be like, man, we're going to feed these other kids. I mean, where they going to sleep at? I don't even got a bedroom. I'm sleeping on the let-out couch, but that was just her, you know. So I know I get my giving spirit from her. Um, my dad, on the other hand, that's where I learned my hustle from. He was a high-ranking gang member in Chicago, a leader in the neighborhood, carpenter by trade. But as long as I can remember, my daddy kept a hustle. I mean, he sold Borettes, panties, CDs. I mean, he was good with his hands, so he could fix anything. He would DJ parties. He just was always hustling and into the streets. And he was what people may have called like a Rolling Stone or what have you. He had multiple other children. Outside my mom, they was married, and he let her call himself a pimp, a ladies' man. I'm very much a daddy's girl. So let's start there. He taught me all about fighting, all about hustling, all about street stuff. You know, that's where I get that portion of what I learned. I mean, he would always say, you know, you be good to the streets will be good to you. And so that's just one of my mantras that I always live by. I'm a very giving person. I mean, I get that from my mom, like I said. So I got the humanity and the hustle. So yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. How was it growing up in Chicago?
Oh man, growing up in Chicago, like yeah, it ain't just the videos that you see. They don't even do it justice. I mean, I'm from the West Side. I lived all over Chicago. What I can say, in the era when you talk about me growing up, the neighborhood and environment that I lived in, and especially with my father's influence, it was very rough. You know, we was poor. We didn't have much. I didn't even know I was poor because my mama always provide. My father always provide. You know, and my sister that we did trips, we did things. You know, so I didn't even know we was poor. I was always intelligent. My mama sent me out to the best schools that was, you know, 30, 45 minutes away from the crib, and I used to be kind of pissed because I'm like, man, we got the local neighborhood school right around the corner. They ain't learning shit, but why can't just go right there? You know, but she wanted better for me. She definitely did, my father too as well. They definitely both wanted better for us, I would say. And they recognized just greatnesses. They always told us that we was, you know, great and exemplified greatness in the house. My daddy kept encyclopedias. He made me research, you know, he very insightful man, very insightful man. And so yeah, it was definitely tough. I saw a lot, a lot of killing, man, whatever you could imagine. I've experienced it. I'm not no saint. I've been a part of things um, that just definitely shaped my experiences in life, and that made me want to be better and want different. I always paid attention to what was going on around me. Like even though I'm in the environment, I would always see ways that could be changed, and I wanted it to be different, and I wonder why it had to even be like that. Because we're so talented. I would see so much talent throughout the neighborhood. I would even tell my daddy, I'm like, man, you a carpenter, man. I said, I watch you build these people houses, and you work for these companies. Why you won't start like a little training center for the guys in the neighborhood that ain't doing nothing, teach them a couple of trades. So I always, just really just been about my community and wanted better for us. Wanted better.
Absolutely, I understand that 100%. I want to ask, what was the most significant thing about you growing up? What was the most challenging aspect of it for you?
Oh man, there's been many challenges, but if I have to start age 14, Christmas Day. I always had visions. My mama used to call it like a seal or what they call like prophets and this type of thing. But I will always have visions and have these dreams and see different things, and I ain't like it. My mama would always say, she was heavy into the church, and she would always say, if you don't acknowledge your gift and thank God for your gift, He'll take it away from you. It may be challenging, but He's giving it to you for a reason. Um, so on Christmas, my mom always loved holidays, man. She would decorate. She would cook up everything in the refrigerator and the deep freezer. And, she was all about making memories. But my father, he was about memories too. And on holidays, on specifically Christmas, we would go back to the projects and he would give back, most of the things that he hustled. So whether it be boy red shirts or whatever, he would give it out to, the families in the projects. This particular year, my sister Ebony that I had spoke about earlier, um, she was pregnant, first child. She was like 19, and we had made it up to the projects. And as soon as we had got to the projects, it was just me and my father because my sister's sitting there, she's pregnant, and we had made it to the projects. And as soon as we get ready to get out the car, I just had this feeling. I was just like, man, I'm getting out this car. And I let my father know. I'm like, something wrong with Ebony. And he get out the car, girl. Come on, man. Come on. I ain't going nowhere. Something is wrong. And lo and behold, his phone rang. It's my mama calling, and she like, yeah, y'all need to get back fast. Something wrong with Ebony. And my sister called her right then. She went to a massive heart attack and she died, having my niece Brigitte. So she was on life support. They did try to save her. They tried to do a lot of different things and kept her on life support for a while and this and another. Around 14. One thing about me and my sister, we every set of my dad's kids have a twin. You know, ironically, every one of my dad's kids, one of us look alike, and Ebony was the one that looked the most like me, and just the one that I was the closest to in age, everything like that. So as a little girl, when I was going into the hospital to see us, I'm talking to her. They trying to explain to me that she gone, but she's still tearing up when I'm talking to her. I'm squeezing her hand, she's squeezing back. So I just really couldn't understand it. My niece, she had went so long without oxygen that she really was a vegetable. She couldn't cry, she couldn't eat, she couldn't do anything. And while my sister was in the hospital, I'm the baby of the family, but my mama, for some reason, gave me the task of going to the alternative hospital with my niece. We had to be flown in a helicopter to this different hospital. And the thing my mother told me was, no matter what, don't leave her. So that stuck with me. Like, don't leave her. So when we made it to the hospital, all while they worked on her, Oh, why they did what they did, I wouldn't leave the room. They tried to, and I think they knew, that I wasn't going nowhere, and I really needed to be there. Um, and so that was the first thing that really happened. A couple of months after that, my mother passed. 15. I'm like, and I had a vision with that. I was at school. I could tell you, my daddy glorified fighting. I fought a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, I fought a lot. I never was a bully. I was always the person that fought for the underdog. For some reason, whenever I see an injustice, something going on, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm right into the situation for the person that, and so that caused me a lot of strife. But what that has to do with is that day, um, I felt some. I'm at school, I'm clowning, I'm acting up, but I felt that something was going on with my mom. I make it home to the house. I call my mom. I'm like, man, from the school, I call my mom. I'm like, man, I'm gonna come home. I ain't feeling right. Is you good? She's like, no, just come on home. I come on home, and I'm seeing my mother pass away in front of me. She's using my asthma machine, and all of this stuff is going on. Her eyes ain't looking the same color. And if y'all remember, I still have my niece is in the other room of the house, and she's hooked up to all these machines. It's necessary for her to have roundabout care because she can't swallow, she can't do nothing. She depends on us. So my mother, she decides that she's not gonna get an ambulance. I'm steady like, get an ambulance. Let me call the ambulance for you. Let me do this. Let me do that. She's like, no, I'm gonna have such and such take her to the hospital. And that was just, she's like, you got to stay here with the baby. And that's just something I really regret, and that was really always hard on me, and that stuck with me because it just like a feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, like you can't help the situation, like you feel like this ain't how this supposed to go. Um, Long story short, that was definitely the beginning of the end of my life because it was at that moment that I was left completely alone. Nobody What I mean to say by alone is nobody came back to tell me that my mother had passed. It was at that moment that my daddy abandoned it was done for. Um, I guess he checked out. And you gotta remember my daddy's my hero at this moment. My daddy could do no wrong in this world. So I'm literally confused. Freshman in high school, I'm young. I didn't know what to do, but what he'd always taught me was get up and keep going. So I hired somebody to watch the baby, and I went to school the next day. I get to school, my best friend, Coach Shayna, she like, what's good? Like, man, I think my mama died yesterday. She's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, ain't nobody came back, but I could feel it. And that went on for a while, like about a week or so, trying to navigate this new normal or whatever. And waiting on him to come back. I'm like, man, somebody gonna cook. I'm in the refrigerator. I'm the baby of the family, so I ain't really never had no responsibility but do the dishes. So
Right, right.
so I'm like, man, but one thing I always did was my mama kept me in the kitchen. So I knew how to cook. It just wasn't a lot of options up in there at that time. But I made do, and it was my that same best friend that ended up telling the school. I was at the best school, best high school, one of the best high schools in Chicago, I should say. Um, and she had ended up telling one of the caseworkers or social workers, whatever they called at the school, about what was going on. Because I'm just a little girl. I'm still trying to go to school, come back home. I ain't telling nobody that I'm home alone. I ain't got nobody. This, that, and another. And I was a little upset at the time because I was afraid of going into the system. Because it had always been this story told me, don't go, you don't want to go to the system. You don't want to go to the system. So I'm like, I'd rather thug it out right here. I got me a job, 15, I get me a job. I'm,
So this
took
whole
it.
time you by yourself. This whole
Yeah.
time it's just like you trying to figure out adulthood at this point because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
always like your mom making sure that you were okay and making sure that you had everything that you needed. And now at this point, you're just by yourself.
Yeah.
Really challenging to be young and to have to navigate death, and the emotions of it. Because it's kind of like you just a teenager. You're just figuring out you don't even know yourself at this point. So to have suffered two huge losses like that back to back, I just want to offer my condolences to you because I know that that wasn't easy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. It definitely wasn't easy, but I don't even think I took it in at the time. I
You
think
was in
I was,
survival mode.
yeah. I think I definitely was on autopilot. One of the last things that my mom did right before she passed was she had got her car. For the longest time, my mama took the bus back and forth from work, and I would always be the one to meet her at the bus station because, of course, we stay on the west side of Chicago. So when she get off work, I meet her at the bus stop. We walk home. We get dinner started. That was my chore. Make sure the food was out and ready for her to prepare. Once she prepared the meals, I take it to all these people in the neighborhood. When I tell you she fed and she gave, that was the routine. She come home, and so she had finally got a car, and what she had told me was, she's like, Monica, it's a great independence to have a car so you could get up and go wherever you want to go, whenever you need to as a woman. You don't wait on nobody. Get up and go. And so that was like really my therapy. That's how I literally survived. So I would get in that car and I would just drive. I would think. I would just literally go. I became a professional student. After getting kicked out of multiple schools back to back. Not because I was not intelligent. It's just that her people. Got no parentals. I'm just going and yeah, I ended up just going to get my GD at 16, 17 maybe. And then I went to DeVry for computers, then I went for nursing. When I went for CNA, that's how I opened up my first business. Man, I love people. I love people. Like, I love family. Like, they're my greatest memories is family. So, like I said, we was poor, but everybody was at the house. We always did stuff. Um, so, working as a CNA, I had a client. Actually, she was just a resident at the nursing home. She was not even on my floor, one of my patients. But I always just was going down, just showing love to people. And when she got released from the hospital, her husband died, and she asked me at that time, would I come and be her caregiver? Like, I didn't know what that meant. I was 18 years old. I'm like, I'm fresh. I don't even know what that meant. I just started my nurse career. I got all these big things I'm thinking about, and she telling me to leave something that's, paying me. And she's like, I will take care of you. And that woman told me, she was like, man, you so sweet. I see you around here. You always doing this and doing that. She's like, but I see some hurt between your eyes. And I had just shared with her that my mother had just passed, and she was like, she would literally be there for me, and that lady was. And caring for her brought me so many referrals of other clients, and that's how I ended up just having to go ahead and start. And I started hiring my family members and friends and all of this, and it was some good and bad with that. But I was so young, I made so much money, and I spent more spent more money than I had, and this and it was um a a good and a bad time. It was a learning experience, is what I would say.
Right, right. So what are some of the businesses that you are in right now?
So right now, I did start to rebrand my home care agency. I started a home care agency in Indiana right before COVID. I'm rebranding and want to do some other things with some of the other networks and resources that I have. And so at this time, I'm using my fallback license, which is in financial services. Um, I am a licensed life insurance producer. I'm able to work from home in over 50 states from here to Puerto Rico. Um, I get paid every day of the week except for Sundays. So I'm able to have that time freedom and work on my business and my dream, my ultimate dream. while I still gain money and learn about financial wealth. And that's really where I'm at, especially with all the losses that I've had. We spoke about one sister, but I've lost three sisters. And
Wow.
right now, as we, the reason why I had to reschedule is because I have another sister that's battling the same condition that took my mother out. And it's hereditary, and I had another sister that dealt with it. And sometimes, I don't know if people talk about survivor's grief.
That's deep. Take me to it.
For so much of my life, I have felt, um, you know, just wanted this experience of having my family there, and almost feeling guilty for doing things and wishing that they would be able to, because I know they would love it, and then everybody had to be tested for this condition. And me not having it really makes you, you know, it sounds crazy, but you're like, why God, why, So I choose to let them live through me. I'm a firm believer that energy never dies, man.
It
My people
doesn't. You're absolutely right.
and my people gonna live through me. I see them every day. I feel them every day in every way, and that's why my financial service. Not only is life insurance important, we all know that. I mean, it's the easiest way to build generational wealth. I thank God for my mother. What changed our life from going poor and living in those buildings and 48 North Menard, shout out 60644 if anybody check the replay. But what changed was my mother got into financial services. She worked at an insurance firm in downtown Chicago. And I can remember her telling me, Monica, our life is going to change. I was so proud of my mama. She had got a better job. She went back, got a GED, and I could just tell that things was changing for us. And then she said, "We getting a house." I said, "We getting a house." Wow. And she, one thing that I didn't mention is when she was passing away on the couch at the house, she told me, she said, "Monica, I've given you everything that you need. You so smart. Take the money and learn and do whatever you want to do." I appreciate that woman for thinking about me in the afterlife, for having some, because I had nobody. That little bit of money, it helped me survive. It helped me to sustain. I think about my other sister when she passed and she didn't have insurance. It literally, if you thought my mama death, it already had broke our family apart. We was just getting back together, and then boom, with Lisa, it's just, it's undue stress. Nobody needs to be grieving and needing. And so if I could definitely help anybody on this line, or if it's anything that you want to talk about as far as life insurance, investments, my door is always open. Or anything that we spoke about today. If you just want to chat, that's one thing that I love about the Get Money Matter family is that, we really are a family. Those that have locked in. This podcast that you're doing, Shanti, is so powerful, sis. I don't believe anything happens by
You're
chance.
right.
I believe that this was all aligned and designed. Each person that's even on here, I've connected with just by watching. By me being a little girl, my influences came from watching other women and
Mm-hmm.
watching other people. I'm a behavior therapist by trade as well.
Yeah, you got so many hats
My
under your
specialty is
belt.
in autism. Like I told you, I'm a professional. I'm a school. And my specialty is in behaviors and specifically autism. But I love to learn people. I love to watch people. And I have taken so much. With Melody, when she comes through and she drops those comedy and she just being herself, man. It's just all love. And I appreciate each one of you. Um, I never envisioned being a content creator, if I could be honest.
Right, right.
Me dropping it literally came from me just thinking one day like, damn man, I wish my family was around and had Facebook and stuff so I could go on their page and like something or see some of their old pictures and just hear their voice from an old video. And so I thought about it. I said, I don't want to be like that. Maybe I should start posting more so. And the day that God called me home, my kids could come on my page and my people could see me. That's literally where it came from. And I got a shout out to Foya Williams. She's an admin on this scene. That's how I got here on Get Money Matter. It's from literally just seeing her post and just trying to, what I always do, what I love to do is just support. So I didn't even know what it was. And then here come here, I was talking about being admin. I knew nothing what it was. But I'm so thankful and appreciative to be here.
And we're thankful and appreciative for you to be here in this space. And I have to kind of go back a little bit because I just want to say, like, you're so resilient and strong to be that young, to still navigate life, to have heard so much about the system. You're like, no, I got to figure this out because no, I'm not doing that, and then still to just to continue to pour into yourself when you didn't really have, there was no guidance there, but like even when everything seems like it's falling apart, God's still right there holding your hand and putting
And
people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you were already going to school for something, and then there's this lady that just she wanted to pour into you. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And I,
yes.
like you said, there's no coincidence. Like it's a reason for everything. And I feel like God made sure that there was somebody that could still take care of you when your mother and your sisters weren't here. Like, so there was somebody that could still look out for you. You talk about life insurance, and
Mhm.
I just want to let anybody know that is listening. Please get life insurance for your family. Like I know today it may not matter, but just know everybody has a day. We all gonna go, and if you don't get life insurance, that aspect of grief, it goes away. My father died, okay? Like my dad died. And literally, the first thing they're like, spend time, say your goodbyes. Not even 10 minutes passed by. The first question that they asked me was, what funeral home? Keep in mind, I haven't buried anybody in America. So I'm like, what? Like I haven't come to my senses or made peace with the fact that my dad was even gone. And I needed to know what funeral home. I went on Google and found the funeral home. Like, I'm so serious because I didn't know.
Wow.
I'm just like, okay, and then like when it was all said and done with, $14,000, okay? And I had to come up with that 4 days. So that's like the reality of it because my father didn't want to be cremated. It was
Mhm.
already like really really hard to talk to him about death and how he wanted, because even while he was dying and he knew he was dying, he didn't want to die. Like he wanted to live. He thought in his mind that like maybe there's still that 1%, right?
Mhm.
And so that his 1% was that additional 9 days after they took him off life support. Once that plug was pulled, they automatically like get the grief counselors in there. This man alive.
Wow. Mhm.
He lived 9 more days. And I mean, when I say alive, cutting up, telling jokes, I'm over here scratching my head. Like, what is
Just a
happening right now?
fighter.
So God gave him that initial 9 days, but he wasn't, it was very difficult to talk about death. Um, we thought
Mhm.
maybe he wanted his body to be, transported to like the country where he was born.
Mhm.
And he didn't want that. He said, I want to be buried where my kids are at, but he said buried. And then like
Mhm.
with my family being Catholic, it wasn't like they didn't want to have the funeral at the funeral home, which would have been cheaper, right? No, 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 no. We got to
Mhm.
go to the cathedral.
Mhm.
And it was like, it was so many fees. It was so many things that we had to pay for. And from that day forward, I told myself, anybody that I meet, anybody that I see, get life insurance,
Absolutely.
because I promise you that you're not going to be thinking about the business aspect of it, and it takes away the process of grief too, because you have to be in a business
Oh yes.
mindset. You don't have time to be sad in that moment. You want to your insides are falling apart, like you're breaking down mentally and emotionally, and you have to
Mhm.
be tough because and then I had to actually make the speech at the funeral.
Oh wow.
So it's like people, somebody has to do it. And my family's like, oh, we don't
Mhm.
speak perfect English. You do it. I'm like, great. Okay. So it's just
Another
like, but
responsibility. Mhm.
exactly. So it's just like one after another. So like I just kind of think, and also with you being in the insurance industry, in the life insurance industry and the financial industry, what is other things that you offer, like for people that would want to get into that field? Is that something that you offer as well? And or how would somebody go about that? What's provided?
Okay, absolutely. So, we actually have an open house tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're always looking for agents as long as you can pass a background check and you're honest and you're willing to work and you have good ethics. They're going to train you. They pay for 7 different licenses. Not only your life insurance license, but your Series 6 and your investment license, also your mortgage originator's license. So if you ever thought about getting into real estate or just want to have it in your back pocket for a day that you might think about it, they offer all of those licenses for free, as well as auto insurance, home insurance. We're partnered with the top financial branches: Fidelity, Investco, BrightPoint, AIG. I mean, it's a difference between getting those Fidelity or those little, your 401k statements and being able to manage your own investments and also get paid off of those investments as well and be able to reach into your community and help those as well because I don't know about you all. Like I said, I grew up on the west side of Chicago. In my area, there was liquor stores, currency exchanges, a couple of banks here and there, you know, but there was no real financial teaching, not even in school. And to be honest, at the school that I went to, they did try to. I can remember when they tried to tell me about stocks. I came home and I told my daddy we had an assignment on stocks, and he was like, "Get that shit out my face. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You got better ask somebody else. I don't know how to help you," because he didn't know. I don't blame him now because I just understand that he wasn't taught. But it's time to change those narratives and it's time to change those taboo conversations. Even when speaking with my father about his insurance and things, it was so hard going tooth and nail because we have this thought process that if we talk about it, it's going to make it happen or something.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. My family has this bad. It's like if you talk about like even with it's crazy. Like with my kids, I talk about it. I always tell them this is like I always tell them this. I'm like, listen, utilize me while I'm alive.
Yes.
And they're like, why do you have to say that? Like, why do you have to, like, that's like your no, I need to let you know that I'm not always going to be here. And like all the knowledge and wisdom that I'm giving you, anything that I'm
Mhm.
trying to teach you, show you, like get you to understand is for your greater good. Because I need you to understand I'm not always going to be here. And the things that I'm
Right.
trying to pass down to you and talk about, you guys have to, but nobody in my family likes to talk about death ever. It is the most awkward conversation. I'm like,
Mhm.
y'all are crazy. Like, we gotta talk about this. It's gonna happen at some point.
Meanwhile, there are other people that are literally building their generational wealth by literally setting their portfolios and borrowing the income of the insurance company in the event of what we all know will happen one day. It's no different than your car insurance. Your car insurance can't be worth more than your life. You carry car insurance just in the event that you have an accident, just in case, so that they could hopefully bring you back to your current state. That's all you really want. Like just put me back in the game. And it's no different because when your income stops, when your heartbeat stops, your income stops. So it's
Exactly.
just
It's your wealth. Your health is your wealth. So it's, but I also feel like if you are young and you are healthy, this is the perfect time right now to go get this
oh,
because it's
absolutely.
gonna be like, it's gonna be more options. and more opportunity for you, opposed to when you get older. Because when you get older, of course, like, you have health problems, things like that, so it makes it a little bit
Mhm.
more, higher. But if you're
Absolutely.
young, I mean, we spend what we spend money every day on something. Like, it's
Mhm.
like coffee. It's like if you can go to Starbucks and spend money on coffee, you can't spend $2.99 a day for life insurance.
That's right. That's right. You'll never be younger than the day you are today. So the day to do it is the today. We don't know what tomorrow holds. A lot of people say, I have life insurance at my job. You don't even like that job. And also, they own that policy. You've never seen that policy. You can't even go in there and request it. I challenge everybody on here today to go tell them, hey, that policy that I'm paying $2.25 a month for, or biweekly, let me see it. What are the clauses? What are the things that how do you determine how I could die that you will pay out? They won't show it to you. And then, lo and behold, if you work 30, 40 years for that job, and now you're at retirement age, and you're no longer working there, and that policy is gone, or you have to switch to a Cobra plan, we all know about it. You will be outsourced. You will not be able to afford to even live. Most
Absolutely.
people that go back and they're working at Walmart that are greeting and stuff, they're not doing that because they just want to be there. They're doing that because they have to, because they're out of money, because they did not set up a correct investment account and different things like that. And particularly for me, my mission and my goal is just each one reach one. Whatever I learn, man, listen, let's go together. Let's learn. We have to change and we have to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Willing to, and I think too, and that's going to lead me into the next question that I'm going to ask you. How do you
Okay.
think financial literacy can be improved? Like, so that way we can have more conversations about this, and that way it can be explained even amongst the younger generation, because I think that's the disconnect. It's like, like you said, if we're not having these conversations, if people are not really sure what it is, how it works, what it benefits, if
Mhm.
it has a benefit, why would they sign up, like what would make them think they need it? But I think, like, do you think that, though? Do you feel like, how do you think financial literacy can be improved?
I think that number one, it needs to start in the schools. You teach them reading, writing, arithmetic, but not how to manage money and how money works. But that's because we are in a system. You know, they make money off of us. The banks are happy every time that we come in. We deposit an account or we open up a CD and think that we really doing something, or open up a savings account that's growing at 1% interest or whatever the hell. You know they don't. It's to their advantage, just like big pharmaceutical. So they're not going to put it there for you. You have to seek it, or you have to be open and receptive to somebody that's willing to tell you what they know. I'm a sponge. I love to learn anything and everything about whatever.
Me too. I'm a nerd. I just read and research stuff all the time because I want to know, like, what's
Facts.
going on. Why is this happening? Why is this like that? And I feel like we're gonna learn for the rest of our lives, so it's kind of like, just do it. But I think no one reads. Like, people are not reading anymore. Like, in a sense, we're more present in what somebody did yesterday than what's
Mhm.
really going on in the world, just to be honest. Because it's like, if Keisha called and tell me that such and such, it's like everybody gonna know what Keisha did. But it's like, if
Mhm.
we're talking about something that's gonna change, we're talking about building generational wealth.
Mhm.
We're talking about setting your family lineage up way after you're gone. And I mean, like, where it's in it, like, your family will never have to worry about nothing. And it's like, no
Mhm.
one wants to learn about that.
Yeah, it's disheartening and it's very um definitely disheartening. I could definitely say that's the major word I would say because I've experienced that definitely with trying to talk to family members, even friends, and I get it, and I try to have grace because it's really just something that has been, like I said, systematically embedded in our brains. We are not. We actually spend a lot of money on nothing. You know, we definitely do. I know I do. I DoorDash. I'm Amazon. I'm this. I'm that. And priorities need to just be to the forefront, and that's just what it is.
I had to tell my son that. My son told me the other day, he was like, I feel like I'm a man. I laughed. It was cute. You know what I'm saying? And I said, what's your purpose? He couldn't answer my question. I said, when you find your purpose, come back and have a conversation with me. Because right
Mhm.
now you haven't found it. I said, you think buying some Jordans and taking your girl to a expensive restaurant and driving a nice car, like that's life? Like, no, boy.
I'm a firm believer that it ain't that we ain't got enough money for the things that we need to do. It's just like you say, what we prioritize. We love the shoes, we love to look good. I do as well, but he's still young. Give him time, so I have to give him a little grace. But I like that you own him and that you definitely. That's what makes the difference. That's also what I used to ask. What could make the difference? Is us, like I said, I don't feel like my parents knew. My mother, I feel like she definitely was right on track with it. My father, um, sadly, he was in charge of the bulk of the finances that were left for me because I was still a minor, excuse me, and so he definitely did what he did, and it was crazy work. Um, but imagine
But
if he had that financial knowledge and knew what to do. Hmm.
because that helped you. That's why I feel like that had a lot to do with who you are today. And that's a blessing that you had that, because I think it starts at home. And it's like
Melody,
if a
I needed that laugh, sis. I just saw the chat. I'm sorry.
melody,
I
she
needed
talking
that,
about some,
sis.
she
Thank
calling
you.
HR first thing in the morning. Yeah, call them. Tell them you need to see your policy. And then let me tell you another thing that you can do. Even if you have a life insurance policy, guys, or you're thinking about getting into life insurance or the financial industry, as Monica stated, you guys can still get a quote from her, like what I did. I
Absolutely.
have a policy. I also have a policy for my mother. I have a policy for my kids. I can go through her and get a quote and see what we're currently getting, and what she can get. And if she's able to get a higher policy, maybe it'll be a couple of dollar difference, but the reality is put that on auto pay. If you don't put nothing else on auto pay, you got to put that life insurance on auto pay, because
Yes.
anything can happen. If you get sick today, let's just say you get sick today, right?
Mhm.
Today y'all get sick, and let's say you go to the hospital and you have something big, a heart attack, something like that. It is going to be harder, and that policy is going to go up, and it's going to be harder to get coverage, because the life insurance got to go through underwriting. You know what I'm saying? And they got to approve some of this stuff for you. So if you are in good health right now, get it. And if you don't know nothing about it, please reach out to Monica, and she will guide you, help you if you want to start getting into life insurance. She has all the tools. So just make sure, like, this can be a business opportunity for you.
Absolutely.
You get a license to print money. Okay?
Absolutely.
That's
You
what you
got it.
get. You get a license to print money.
Okay, there, Gummy. Come on, Shanti.
I'm saying, like, so if you're like interested in that, this is another form of income that you can earn, so, and
Mhm.
they help you with everything. It's not like you're just, thrown out there.
Absolutely. We definitely do train. And you got a support system here. We do have someone in Get Money Meta that is in the family, that is in the business, and she's doing well. I'll let her tell her own story. I won't put it out there since I didn't get a chance to ask her. But I'm definitely open. And, man, let's build. Let's work. I mean, this team is so full of talent. We are so talented, and it's very important to network with each other. That's why I love this podcast because you never know what someone has experienced, how you're going to touch someone. And I pray it just helps anybody today. Oh, because, you know, I pray whatever I said today reach somebody, touch somebody, and reach somebody in some type of way. And because that's what it's all about, networking and just really being a unit. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm looking at. That's what,
Absolutely. I thank you for that. So I want to go ahead and get into your content. How did you become a content creator and how did you get into Get Money Matter?
so, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't even know I was a content creator. I saw Taforia's page. She was married to my cousin, and they divorced and everything. But like I said, I am big on loyalty. Once I call you family, you locked in, bro.
Right, that's it. Absolutely.
Unless you show me some disloyalty. And so Tafoya has always been a gem. She is a real sweetheart. What I loved about Tafoya, I met her when I moved to Iowa. Like I said, she was married to my cousin. And what I loved about her was she's so creative, man, and she's just herself. She is who she is unapologetically. And like I said, I've always been a person that just looked at people and whatever I saw, and would take on different things that I liked. And I saw her page one day and she had posted about it, and I thought it was her group, to be honest. And I was just scrolling down, and I'm like, okay, let me get on in there. And it just happened. Like I said, that's why I say alignment is real, y'all, because it was at the time that I had this epiphany that I need to start posting more. Because what if something happened to me? I want my kids to be able to go on there and like my pictures and see different things, because I wish I had that with my people that passed. And that's really how I got here. It just happened because I started posting content. I got 7,000 videos and photos in my thing, but I don't share. Everybody know that if they go out with me, Monica got the footage. I got the money. I got my to get money, but I got my Meta AI glasses on, and I got my phone out all night. But I don't share anything. It really be just for me. It had been just for me, just for personal memories. But as I started sharing, I think that's what may have caught Errol's eye. And then one day he just jumped in the inbox and was like, "You want to be an admin?" And like so many of you have said, I'm like, "Admin, what do that mean? What is that? What do I have to do?" But I'm open to it. It was just a moment in my life where I was just open to just being social again. Because for so long I was just surviving. I really was. I was at everybody event. I was doing it. I'm there. I'm here, but I'm really not letting my light shine, if I could say that.
Right. You were just existing, just kind of going through the motions.
Mhm. Mhm.
Man, what did that do for you? What did that help with your financial industry as well?
So, like I said, it's been not so long since I've been with Get Money Matter, and because I didn't really understand the magnitude, I'm just now putting the dot together of of what I am a part of, and I just thank God for it because, man. But I think I wasn't, like I said, this was, if you go into the records are there. If you go down my page a year from now, I had not been posting. I had literally let myself go. I had was locked up. Man, I don't, but anyways, jeez, man, Shanti.
You went through a
Um,
lot. You've been
I went
through a
through a
lot
lot,
though. You've been
a
through
lot,
it.
a lot, a
It's
lot.
like
No, no,
we
no,
will probably we gonna have to probably do like a part two, three, four, five.
I actually heard before so many times. Every time I start talking, people have told me to write a book, and I actually have started so many times. And I actually, had a therapy session like I told you yesterday. My therapist, by the time we got halfway through the session, she was on the goddamn couch crying and and
Like, hold on, who is here for who?
but man, I really do. I know I have a story to tell. I haven't gotten to the depth of anything, but I hope y'all still feel me and just could understand what I just really want to take away from. If you take away anything, is just the love. Just spread love, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So much hate and so much craziness going on in the world, man, it costs nothing to show love. I'm gonna clap for whoever, whatever. And if you show me love and if we locked in, I'm true to it.
You are. You
I'm
really
true.
are. I 100% agree with you. I do want to say shout out to Get Money Meta. If you are trying to do anything at this point, get with Get Money Meta. Whether it's content, whether it's
Facts.
movies, whether you want to publish your book. I mean, you want to hop on a podcast and share your story, whatever it may be, get with Get Money Meta. Shout out to Errol and Kayla,
Yes,
Lachelle, Tafoya, the whole team. Like it has been
yes,
phenomenal. It's a community like no other. Honestly, it's a community like no other. I have yet to see that, and I'm grateful that I have crossed paths with some of you incredible humans for sure.
facts. I mean, there's so many groups out here, but I mean, the energy and the vibes behind this group are definitely different. I want everybody to make sure Friday Revenge the movie is dropping October 31st, Halloween. Shout out to Kayla, Shantae, Melody, LaWanda, Norma, Kaya, and then to go to course himself, Errol, the CEO. Happy birthday to him, man. Man, we definitely got to shout. Errol is something different, y'all. Can we just say that?
Man, what? Absolutely different.
Man, and
I ain't never met. It's been a long time to even meet a human being that like it's like, are you human? I don't even believe he's human. Like I don't know how you can be that present and do so many things. I mean, it's like
Absolutely.
constant, but the creativity is
Mhm.
like unmatched, and you guys are gonna see that on this movie, like, and you're gonna be thinking things, but we gonna come back to these interviews and talk about that movie too, because at this point the creativity is unmatched, and that's all I
It
gotta
is.
say. I can't give y'all too much because y'all gotta go watch the movie. Y'all
And
better
like
watch
I said,
and
Norman
make
and
sure y'all
Kaya.
grab that book. It's Get Money Meta, Mastering the
Yes.
Meta Marketplace by Errol. Y'all grab that. It's a lot of knowledge and a lot of gems in that book as well. Like we doing everything. But Monica, I want to get into that though. I do want to ask you, how did you get started in acting and what inspired you to even do it?
So I've always been a character.
Okay, speak on it.
But I've loved, like I said, I've had passions for many different things. Just growing up, my mama used to ask me what you want to be. I said this, that. I went down a roster of naming things, and I always want to know why do you have to choose just one. But I started in high school. I'm sorry, grammar school, at this place called the Whirlwind Performing Arts in downtown Chicago, and I loved it. I really loved it. It was a group that reached out to low income students and families and stuff, and they let us do different productions downtown, which was a big damn deal. You know, you're downtown, you're doing a Broadway play, so I really loved it and enjoyed it. And then I can't tell you really because the story changes, but I remember a big argument with my father and the owner of the company. My dad said I couldn't go no more. One person said it was transportation, another person said it was cost. I don't really know, but that was a lot of things in my life. Like I wanted to do gymnastics, because we just was less fortunate. We wasn't able to do a lot of things. But I've always had a passion for many different things. So that's how acting came in. And so when I saw this opportunity, I don't know what made me click that button. I really don't know because it's outside of my. I'm like, what? Hey, girl, hey. But like I said, I don't think nothing happens for a reason. It was ordained, and I really have enjoyed just this whole process. I got my daughter, my son in the movie, and my niece Jayla. Send a prayer up for my niece Jayla too. She's in the hospital as well. Right now, it's been a lot on me right now, y'all, and so I appreciate y'all love and support my niece Jayla that's in the movie as well. She's in the hospital right now, so if y'all send up a prayer for her as well. But I thank my daughter and my son and my niece for just rocking out with me.
I
Definitely.
love that. Well, we're really, really Excited to see you. We've seen a few clips and they were fire. So I know that we're ready to see the movie. Make sure you guys check out the movie on Friday. It is called Revenge. Make sure you also stream the Revenge soundtrack by Capri. It is on all
Yes.
music platforms. Get Money Meta. Like, make sure, like, anything that y'all want to connect,
Mhm.
tap in. That's all y'all gotta
Yeah.
do.
Tap tap
Y'all gonna
tap
be
tap
welcome
tap
with
in.
open arms. Like, we are in position. You want an LLC? You want to learn about an S corp? You
Yes.
need to learn how to do taxes. We have it all. There's nothing that
Mhm.
we can't do.
That's right. And I mean, there's so many of us, and together we make a mighty fist. I'm excited, and I'm manifesting great things for us all. Great things.
Are. I want to ask what advice do you have for the listeners? Somebody that wants to get into the different business fields that you're in, if they want to get into acting, content creating, the financial industry, like what advice do you have for somebody that's just starting out?
Hey man, I know I got a story to tell, and I know it's been a lot that I've shared this evening, but I want to turn my pain into purpose. I believe that God do give His battles to the strongest, and everything I've experienced have literally gave me a wealth of knowledge on a lot of different things. If you need help with expungements, I can help with that. Financial industries, like I said, we having an open house tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'll be there. I'll hold your hand through it. You don't have to be nervous, man. Just like the energy is right here, it's all good vibes. I don't mess with nothing that ain't high vibrational. And that's on period. Just as hard as I love, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, okay? Don't play with it.
Absolutely. Is that the Zoom link that you sent me? Is that something that I can drop in the chat for them?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And if you're gonna join, just shoot me a message so I can make sure that I'm on the lookout for you. And man, it's so many different things. Like I can help with LLCs, I can definitely help with businesses, S corps, that type of things. It's so many. Use the resources that are here in this group because knowledge is literally power. It ain't about what you know. It's literally about who you know in this world. And with us having so many, I mean, come on. I really am open to whatever. There's so many things that I can help with or that I'm willing to talk with others about. And if you have something you want to share with me, I'm open to that as well. I'm here to network and
Absolutely.
build. So that's my message to everybody that's on this podcast. Please network and build. It's important. Don't just be shut off to other cultures, other races, ages. Don't let that stop you, man. It's so much that you are here for a reason and a purpose. You have a gift and something to share in this world. And I believe that everybody that's on this is chosen. There's many different branches of the business that I work in, but our business is number one in the Midwest. I'm proud of that because it just shows our leadership and the way, like how Get Money Matter is, how we're a family. That's how we are in our branch. We love together, we learn together, we grow together, and we win together. I'm here for all the winners. If you're a winner, just tap in with me. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. I love that. That's really what it's about at the end of the day. Like network. You're not gonna know. Your network is your net
That's
worth.
right. Yes.
And that's from the GOAT herself,
Hey, yes.
Michelle. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, let's
That's my mentor. Shout out to my mentor.
shout
Like
out to
who she be who today's meeting was like
yes.
challenge, challenge. Hey, that lady right there
The
will put
truth.
life into perspective for me. She challenges me
I
and
love
I
her.
appreciate her for it because we can't get better if we are not
That's
challenged, you
right.
know.
That's
So
right.
I do feel like we have a great space for network, and you're right. Like it doesn't matter like what walk of life you are. Like that's not your final destination. That's not
Mhm.
your end. It's like no matter where you come from, or everybody had to get it out the mud some way.
That's right.
Ain't nobody just get where they're at like easy. Like you had to put in work. You're either gonna work for a 9 to 5, which ain't nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but at least start building something on the side, considering how the economy is looking.
Absolutely, you right, sis. And I love when people tell me I am the black sheep or I'm this, that, and the other. I love to look at them and tell them that's you was never a sheep. You the goat. That's why. That's why you was never the sheep.
Absolutely,
The goat.
absolutely.
And
I
most of the
love that.
times, that's literally how it ends up turning out. The people that you count out the most, the people that you think, like you said, you got it out the mud. Your background or what you've been through, that don't determine where you going. It actually is your driving force to push you to your full potential. You've been tested. You've been put through the fire. Why you ain't gonna come out victorious? Why not you?
Absolutely. Why not you?
Yeah, absolutely.
On the other end of fear is freedom. It's
Yes,
freedom.
I love
If you
that.
ever go, if you ever go on a roller coaster, you be scared and nervous, and then you get up there, you're like, "Oh, this feels good." Like it's like, or like riding a motorcycle, like anything that you do that you're not used to. On the other side, it's really freedom. Like you're gonna be like, "Dang, like that's it. Oh, I can do this." That's all it is. It's just facing your fears daily.
Yes, I love that. Absolutely. Facing your fears
I
daily.
want to ask, where can our listeners find you? What all platforms are you on? Like, what is the names for the platforms? How can people connect to
So
you?
I am just starting this journey, so y'all be patient with me. But I know that I'm mostly tagged as Mookie Reigns, MooKieReigns. On most of everything other than that is probably Monica Reigns. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm gonna start dropping some of them 7,000 videos that I got. Y'all just imagine doing this movie and having 7,000 videos already in your storage. It was crazy work, but we got through it. We definitely got through it.
I love that though. I love that. We can't wait. Make sure y'all check her out in Revenge. It drops this Friday, which is Halloween.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole Get Money Meta team. Make sure that y'all support her. Go check her out. If you have any questions about anything, reach out to her. She has a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. She's very familiar with the financial industry. Tap in. Anything, any question that you have is not too little or too big for her to answer.
Facts, definitely tap in. And I want to wish everybody a great night. I appreciate you all. Remember who you are. Look in the mirror and kiss yourself for me. I'm out.
Hey, thank you so much, Monica. I truly appreciate you for taking the time to come and be a guest on my show, and thank you for dropping all this knowledge. Like I truly, truly, truly appreciate you.
Absolutely, Shafe, and I appreciate you. I definitely want you to know you give so much, and I just want to pour back into you. Because I'm a firm believer when you pour into others, you need somebody to restore you. So I want to thank you, and I want you to know that you are appreciated. And I just ask that everybody keep my family in your prayers, and I continue to send love and well wishes to each one of you all. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we love you and you have a good night too. Thank you to all the listeners. If y'all want to check us out, please go to Uncut with Ashanti on YouTube and check us out. And if you are interested in being a guest on a podcast, let me know. Let the Get Money Meta
Yes.
team know. We ready. I want to hear your story.
Good job.
Y'all have a good night.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome.